Hey guys, how you doing? Steve here. Making this video to help you start thinking about your peerScholar assignment. Hopefully by now you've had the chance of looking at the video about peerScholar and some of the write-up about peerScholar to have a sense of how it works and kind of why I'm putting you through what I'm about to put you through. Just to give you, the vibe of that. It's just the goal here is just to truly make your mind work hard. I firmly believe that skills like critical thinking and creative thinking and communication, both expressive and receptive, that just like any other skills, playing cricket or hockey or electric guitar or any skill you can imagine, that these skills develop through what I call repeated structured practice. That the only way to get good at karate, let's say, is by doing karate. Not so well at first, but with repeated structured practice, you slowly get better and better. So with peerScholar, my goal is to literally kind of create a gym of the mind, to try to give your mind a workout in terms of getting it to think creatively and critically and to use your communication skills both to give your peers feedback but also to listen to the feedback they give you and use it effectively. So if you're interested, I may actually put a paper or two, make a paper or two available online that you can check out if you want to see that this isn't just what I think, that we actually do a lot of research on peerScholar and we're trying to really make it this great tool. So with that in mind, what is your peerScholar assignment going to be? Well, I like to ask students to, well, let me back up a little bit. So first of all, there's going to be three parts. There's going to be what we call the create phase, the assess phase, and the reflect and revise phase. Before each of these phases, I am going to shoot a video like this with the intent of kind of what we call calibrating your mind. Making sure you guys all understand what I expect of you and specifically what I expect you to be doing within each phase. So rather than talking about all three of these phases at once, before each is relevant, I will shoot a little video that focuses on that phase to get you thinking about that. So for now, the phase of relevance is the create phase. And one of the things I want to start with is by saying this is one of the harder parts of the class, this peerScholar assignment. Averages on the peerScholar assignment are anywhere from 60 to 70%. So the peerScholar assignment and the final exam are really the two parts of the course that are most challenging and that allow us to discriminate between the better and the good students as they go through things. So I want to begin just by saying what I'm about to ask you to do is a difficult task, and you're only going to get a good mark if you put a lot of time and effort into it. So I want to just start right off with that and be clear that expectations are high, and that's part of the reason why I want to try to communicate clearly to you all the way through what those expectations are. All right, so listen. Part of this is about what I call receptive communication, listening, thinking about what you're hearing, and then behaving in accord with the instruction. So, create phase. What I often like you to do in the create phase is to create an argument about something. So let me begin by saying an argument is different than an opinion in a critical way. An opinion is what you think about something. An argument is a representation of what you think, but it's specifically structured in a way that's supposed to explain why you hold the opinion you hold and why you think others should share your opinion. So an argument is a clear attempt to sway others to your opinion. Typically, just stating your opinion is not very compelling. People don't want to believe what you believe simply because you believe it. So in order to create an argument, you don't just say what you believe, but you have to have some rationale, some argument, some data, some statistics, something that you think can sway others to at least partly agree with your perspective. And so that's going to be your great challenge here, is to create a short, efficient argument. What are you going to be arguing about? Well, I mean, CAMH kind of gave us a gift, I think, as I always like some sort of topic that's related to current events and that is related to psychology in some way, and something that I think students will enjoy writing about and reading about from each other. And so CAMH recently came out kind of in favor of the legalization of marijuana. Now in a very, they did so in a very intellectual way, I would say. You should, at some point, I think, check out what they said and why they said it. So it's not that they're saying that, hey, smoking pot's great, everybody should go do it. Not at all. But it's really fascinating that a Center for Addiction Support, that's where people go when they have real addictive problems, believes that it would make more sense for society to legalize marijuana. So they came out with this just last week. And I was thinking, what's peerScholar going to be about? So there it is. Should society legalize marijuana? Yes or no? I'd like you to create an argument on one side or the other. Now, this argument has boundaries, rules. So first of all, I would like, if you wrote it double-spaced, I would like you to be thinking somewhere between a page and 2 pages, more around a page and a half. Okay, so this is not about saying a lot. It is about saying something clearly, powerfully, and efficiently. Okay, the best arguments are ones that can be made in a very short period of time, but that really carry a lot of power, carry a lot of weight. That's what I would like you to practice doing in this assignment. So I'd like you to write a relatively short argument. Imagine it being, say, 3 to 5 paragraphs where you state your position on the issue, and then you provide 1, 2, or 3 backing points for what you want to argue. Now, I also want to backtrack on what I say that, because it's very important you don't try to do too much. So I am going to back up. Here I'm backpedaling. I want you to argue this based on one clear thing. I want there to be one strong argument presented. So don't try to say, oh, we should legalize marijuana because this and this and this and this and this, and go all over the board. Focus on one thing. So for example, well, I almost don't want to for example because I don't want to preordain what you guys are going to write about. But think of some angle, some facet in this debate, and choose either the legalize or not legalize. And by the way, your argument does not have to reflect what you truly believe. It's a point you want to argue, and arguing itself is great practice. So you can pick, yes, I think we should legalize it for this reason. And so maybe you focus on some specific issue. I have to say something. So maybe the addictive qualities of marijuana. You want to talk about that. And you want to talk about some evidence that maybe suggests that marijuana is or is not addictive in a dangerous way. That might be something you want to do. You might want to focus on some other aspect that you think is relevant to this debate. But don't try to hit 5 points. Try to hit 1 point really well. Okay? Try to make that point really, really well. And that's the crux of what I want you to do. So to do this well, you should do some research. You should go online. You should look at what other people are saying. You should try to decide yourself, what do you think is the most compelling reason? Or what is one that you feel you can argue well? And then craft that argument. Now, I have to say at this point, this is an issue where there are a lot of arguments already out there. And so we are going to be looking very closely for plagiarism. If you copy and paste something from another website, that's a lot of trouble. You can get in a lot of trouble for doing that. And in this course especially, you really have to be careful because 6 people are going to read what you write, 6 students, each of whom has also done a lot of research. So if they see something that they themselves have found and they know you copy and pasted it, they are going to tell us. And you are going to get caught and you can be kicked out of university. So make sure you're not just taking somebody else's argument and putting it in there, but rather you're considering what other people said and then constructing your own argument in your own words about this issue. What else is there to say? This is all you should really focus on right now. Creating that argument, trying to craft that argument, making it as good as you can. And you should, by the way, really try to take the time to make it good. Because if you make it as good as it can, what you're ultimately going to get is a bunch of your fellow students giving you comments about how you can make it even better. And if it's pretty good already, then with their comments you should be able to make it really good, which will help you get a really good mark on this assignment. If you do a sort of half crappy job now, then people are going to say, well, it's crappy. Well, it's not. They're going to talk about all these, easy ways to change yours, which you yourself would know when you look at it, and so their comments will not help you get to that next level. So take the time, try to do this right, think about it, and try your best. Now, I told you I would have the peerScholar open as of 2 p.m. today. It's not. I'm going to try to have it open as of 5 p.m. today. It's now 3:16. But I wanted to shoot this video and get it up there because really it doesn't matter when you submit during that first period, which goes up till next week. What matters, though, is that you understand the topic and that you're able to start doing some work on it. So that's why I put this out there, so you guys could start thinking about the topic for peerScholar, start doing the research, and start writing your piece. So I hope you will be doing that. And I will be back before the next phase of peerScholar to tell you how that works. Alrighty? That's it for now. Bye-bye. Oh, my band's playing tonight, Velvet Underground. Feel free to come out. Good cause. Sick kids. Shutting up now.